Here we are with Caleb. Hello, Caleb.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
Right on. Now, I saw this afternoon that you were quite literally tossing some weights. What's the purpose of that?
That is like a push press. So basically what I'm trying to do is you do all your big loads earlier in the season, you do all that heavy grunting stuff, but now closer to the season you really try to get your muscles to have that explosiveness, that little fire to them. So that's just one of the exercises. I mean, that's kind of the main one we do. It's not a lot of weight, but you do try to push as hard as you can, as quick as you can, try to get that real fast twitch muscles going, and it kind of declines while going closer to the event, but no, it's just a great exercise at the end, and it's one that Larry showed me and kind of just stuck with it.
Now, is this your first international tournament?
First Worlds. I went to last year. I was on the Canadian team who went down to the Pan Am Juniors, and also the New Brunswick team to go to the Jeu de la Francophonie in Lebanon. So no, it's been some experience, but first complete world competition, yes.
How's that feel?
Oh, it's great. I mean, you don't know what to expect. I mean, especially here in Moncton. I mean, all you can expect in Moncton is just the few people that you normally see. And it was strange enough 2 weeks ago seeing the most of Canada there. Now it's completely unreal seeing the world. So didn't really know what to expect, but knew it would be great.
Now, what makes someone take up the javelin in the first place?
That's a good question. Track in the southern part of New Brunswick, I mean, basically is non-existent. I mean, we have track clubs and it's great and it's getting better. But as far as real competitiveness, I mean, yes, you might be able to compete within your province, but if you get outside your province, there's only been a few people. And I had the luck, to run into a coach in St. John, and I took to it and liked it, and I had to pick between other sports, and I chose the javelin to continue. And I met a man here in Moncton who went to the 1980 Olympics. And he threw the javelin his whole life, so I got with him. So I drive with the Moncton here every week, and I got to see the stadium being built. But no, so I trained with him all last winter and partial of this year, and now I'm with Larry Stanky in Lethbridge, Alberta.
There are cross training that you can do, obviously for your discipline that's totally different than whatever. So What kind of? Now I saw you throwing the weights. What other kind of stuff is important for training for the javelin? The
thing with javelin, opposed to any other kind of event, other events take in other physical needs, but javelin is strange, definitely in the throws. You can't get bulky. Like you have to be very, very strong to the javelin. it is very punishing on the body. You always think it's like throwing a stick. How hard can that be on your body? The amount of stress and just the fatigue that goes through your body is unreal. But so no, part of it you have to be very strong, but you have to be very flexible. So it's balancing this flexibility and this power and trying to go up together. Because if you get strong and you get this bulky muscle, you lose your range of motion, which is incredibly important to javelin. That's what you're trying to do. You're not really throwing it, you're trying to pull it through, and the more flexibility you have gives you the more pull, gives you more of the stretch reflex, makes it go farther. And but you have to be strong to be able to control that and whatnot. But no, just the cross training for javelin is pretty intense, and it's really interesting that way. Opposed to the shot putter, you have to get big. Like you have to be just a tank to throw that thing. Or say javelin, yes, you have to be substantially strong, but you also have to be a multitude of other things. You have the speed, you have your flexibility, your explosiveness. it all plays into it. So, and that what makes javelin pretty unique.
What about the running aspect of it?
The running, running is a part. The fact of, say, getting cardio and stuff, you're like, you only run 25 meters, but you need that for lifting. It helps you, recover quicker. Your muscles get looser, more flexibility that way. But no, and just speed work helps those fast twitch muscles. And you do want to go down the runway pretty quick. And it's not the most important aspect, but it definitely is still a part of it.
And what about, do you get like a freakishly large right shoulder blade and a tiny little left shoulder blade?
Not as much big, but flexibility. The range of motion you get with your right opposed to your left is pretty big. But no, you try to keep both sides even. Especially in lifting and everything and throwing, because you don't want one side of your back or your legs to get strong and to get loose, and the other side be tight and weighing you down. But so everything you try to do is opposed to throwing shot puts, doing the weightlifting. It's all both sides, and you try to keep both sides pretty equal. But obviously the right would get more because just naturally that's the way you throw.
Do people with longer arms tend to be better? Now that sounds kind of weird.
No, definitely. The higher, the taller you are. Obviously you can't coach height and whatnot, but definitely in javelin, that gives you a higher point of release. You get more levers. You get that larger stretch opposed to a short throw who has to make up with it. With the torque, like bringing their hips around. But if you're just big, you have these levers, and if you can use them, it's a great bonus. Say a few inches might add a few meters out in the field. So it's definitely an advantage to be tall.
And what do you call a person who does javelin? A javelinier, a javelite? levelite?
I've done that a lot. I just stick with javelin thrower. There's not much else you can do it.